Hey folks, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing Face Down Brown Ale by Telluride Brewing Company out of Telluride, Colorado.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking. I am Ben, there is Jay, Andy is in the attic. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check out our social media in the description below. What are we drinking today?
So today we are going to Telluride, Colorado. We're going to get Telluride's Face Down Brown Ale. It's a very unique can. I mean, I don't know if you're talking about a face plant, but it's a fantastic city, nice brew. So I'm excited. We want to get started on it. I know you guys are eager.
Yes, absolutely. Oh.
Like the carbonation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mine is blowing up.
Jeez.
So,
wow. This might take a while.
Yeah.
That was highly carbonated.
yeah.
What happened there, Benjamin?
I do not know, but I opened mine. It's all over the desk.
Ben was truly
in
excited.
my lap.
Yeah.
So, we're going to pause the video here. I'm going to go get a towel. All right, welcome back. We had a little bit of spewage here out of one of the cans, so we got all that cleaned up. So we are ready to jump back in. So we have this thing cracked. We have quite a bit of head here out of all of these. So not quite sure what's up with this batch, but you know what? We're going to move forward, review it, and we'll see how it goes.
Professionals, damn it.
That's right. We're going to soldier on.
Unprofessional, actually. We're unprofessionals.
All right. So what do we know about the Face Down Brown Ale, other than it's like half of the can is in my lap right now?
Well, it is a brown ale. They describe themselves as a hybrid of an American and an English brown. Toffee, chocolate, and nutty overtones. It's 5.7% and 37 IBUs. So brown malt, lightly hopped.
Did you get that much beer, Ben?
I mean, like I said, most of it ended up in my lap, but I mean, these are extremely carbonated. I don't know. It's almost like a
frothy.
Highly carbonated.
I mean, it's
very frothy. It's like a Coke float or root beer float,
Yeah. I mean, all right. So I'll give you guys my background and history on this one since we got a little bit of time and my beer is going to take a little while to float down. Yeah, and I appreciate the background or history on the beer, Andy. The first time I actually had this one, there's a really awesome pizza joint in Telluride called Brown Dog Pizza. It's one of the best pizza joints I've ever been to in my life. But this was one that they had on draft, and I absolutely fell in love with it when I had it there. And I'm not traditionally a brown ale type guy, but this one was good. So I'm hopeful that the foam issue we have here isn't going to take away from that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's great that you've had it before, because you can hopefully tell us if the product that we have here in front of us matches at least closely what you've had. Obviously, getting it from the source and getting it on draft is probably a little bit better than in can, but hopefully we can go from there.
Absolutely. So as you can see, I've got my Telluride shirt on.
There you go.
Coincidence.
It's a very, very cool brewery. I enjoyed visiting there. Neat town, and we've talked about it in previous episodes. I'd love for us all to be able to get to visit there one day. But
Well, the aroma is definitely a brown. So You get that
Yes.
nut in the malt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can definitely get that chocolate and toffee.
Cheers, mates.
I think we're ready. Cheers.
Cheers, mates.
That's rather nice.
Very nutty.
Yeah. It's
Comes
a
off
bit
the
nutty.
milk.
It's rich. I mean, that's
Yes.
For a brown, yeah.
Yep. So Jay, right off the top, how does this compare to what you've had from a high level standpoint? Is it on par?
Frankly, I think it's a little bit flatter. And I don't know if that's because of the age, the foam, everything else. I mean, I was having to plow through some of the foam on mine. It does seem a lot richer, but I do remember it being a very rich brown ale. It was a terrific accompaniment to the wood fire pizzas and stuff that they had there. So, but yeah.
Was it
Wonder if,
snowy when you went?
Yeah, it actually was.
Yeah. I mean, that's that you just set up like the perfect scenario, right? You got wood fire pizza, you got a nice brown ale, and you got snow outside. I mean, how does it get any better?
Yeah, so the year that I was there was the year that they had the big. We're talking 3 or 4 years ago. They had a big drought. What do you call a drought? But the equivalent of that in the snow season. And so we were there last week of January, first week of February. First couple of days, or the first day, I think it was just sunny and bluebird type skies. But then the next day or two, I mean, it dumped probably 1 to 2 feet, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. That was the most snow they'd had in one dump all setting. So one of the most beautiful settings I've ever been to. Highly recommended. I know you're a big Steamboat fan. I try to visit 1 or 2 of the others. I've been to Telluride, Durango, Purgatory right there, Crested Butte. Every year we just try to go to another one. So, but Telluride by far is probably one of my favorites, just because of the scenery and the Bowl Canyon effect, the restaurants, the brewery, everything else.
I wonder if the carbonation of it, the foam and anything, if that's stereotypical of theirs, or does it have to do with them brewing it at that height? It says brewed high at 8,750 feet, and then you taking it from there to here. I don't know. None of the other ones that you from the other Colorado breweries, like the one from Steamboat Springs.
Yeah,
they're all brewed at the height. I mean, up in the valley. Yeah. So I really don't. I don't know that would make that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Maybe transportation, but this one never
for all 3 of us. Tempter, because we had Tempter and that didn't do it.
Right. And this one for all 3 of us exploded. And I don't think I can't remember ever having a beer explode like that unless I shook it up,
Yeah.
This one's been sitting for a little bit. So that's kind of crazy that all 3 of them did. Did we mention the ABV and the IBU yet? And I missed that.
Yeah, we missed it. Andy covered that earlier.
Sorry. And then I noticed just from the can that it listed it was the World Beer Cup Gold Award winner in 2012. You mentioned this already?
No. And there's other awards on there too that I was eventually. I would have gotten to it, but Ben, you're on spot.
I'm jumping right ahead.
Well, the Great American Beer Awards, yeah.
Yeah, 2012 and 2014.
Yeah. Yep. So it's a winner.
Yeah. And speaking about the altitude too, I mean, 8,750 Steamboat, the base of Steamboat is in the 6,000 plus range, so it's really not that far off.
And most people don't realize it, but like when I travel a good bit out to Albuquerque and other areas, but when you go into Albuquerque is about 5,000 to 6,000 feet. So when I land, I have to absolutely drink water and nonstop, and it's just the same type of thing. And there are several breweries fantastic from there and here and everywhere else. So,
Well, I haven't had it, Ben. You haven't had it?
I have not.
I'll go first.
All right.
As I said earlier, I like it. It's really good. When I think of rating beers, I try and go as, okay, what's the standard? What should this style of beer taste like? And then does it give anything more? Does it have anything left to be desired? You know, this one definitely doesn't have anything left to be desired. Really good. Again, that rich taste. You get the malts, you know, really pick up any hops on it at all. I'm going to give it a 4. Really good. I mean, 4
Out of
8, 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's horrible. I love it. It's horrible. Thinking of my Untapped scoring.
We do a 10 scale here.
Yeah,
if you're
got to
just
get out of
joining
my
us.
Untapped.
So we like to make it a little more difficult than our Untapped ratings here.
Yeah, give it an 8.
Yep. All right, 8 from Andy in the attic. I agree. I mean, this is obviously it's a party in a can because it's just ready to jump right out, as we all saw here. But I agree. I think it's great. I really enjoy this as a brown ale, and like you mentioned, Andy, it's got the notes that you're kind of looking for when you pick up a brown ale. So I'm going to agree with you. I think an 8 is the perfect score for it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So we're all three in agreement again that this is one I've had before. Obviously, I told you guys about it. I loved it the first time I had it, and I was actually thinking it was a little flat when I had it the first sip or two, but now that I've gotten down beneath some of the foam, it's great. 8 for me all around.
All right, 8's all around for the Face Down Brown Ale from Telluride Brewing Company out of Telluride, Colorado. Definitely one you should pick up if you enjoy brown ales. If you're looking for something that fits the mold, this is it. And hopefully yours won't spray out of the can quite like ours did, but still, that did not affect the beer itself. And I think obviously we all enjoyed it. Be sure again to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. Check out our social media post. For Jay and Andy in the attic, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Did you say cheers, Benz?
Ah.